Good day, everyone, and an absolute privilege to be here and to be able to give you a complete new set of eyes in terms of where the world of 3D, where metaverse is going, Web 3.0, Web 3.0 strategies, AI, and the world of scanning in general. All big names, all big topics, but very often very misunderstood, with all of us arriving with that type of starting point. The fact of half cut off bodies, gamified looking graphics, and say we don't get why there's so much fuss about this, why the world is moving in this direction. And I'm here to be able to show and give you insight into how every industry in the world is going to be affected on this and how it is going to impact businesses, small, medium, and large industries overnight. Now, the metaverse is just applying 3D to the traditional internet. So for the ladies in the room, I chose a good shopping experience. You know the frustration of being on Shein. You know the frustration of ordering things, wondering if they're going to work or not, and how much better it is being in a traditional retail experience. And this is where the world is going to change. Instead, you are on your mobile phone, it is late in the evening, and you're going through a traditional website. You haven't downloaded an app, you don't have a headset on. In a single click from a traditional website, you're on Facebook, you see an ad of something going like, that looks amazing. And in a single click, you're in a store that looks like this. This is where the world of the metaverse and 3D is going. An instantaneous experience that you are walking around, experiencing the consumer psychology, your favorite items that are effortlessly on display, popping up before your eyes. You can go over to any part of the shelf, double click on the item. The normal e-commerce pops up, but most importantly, the AI instantly shows how that dress will fall, how it will look on your body. You can drag and drop and put it on a mannequin, or you can drag and drop and put in an image of yourself to build the item, to build the outfit. And yet that is available on your mobile phone or your laptop. And the big thing about that is the stats overnight that these type of solutions are achieving are changing the game of how e-commerce and retail are working. 4 times the amount of engagement, 200% increase in lead generation, 23% increase in spend. Websites are normally 27% less. This is increasing it because of the convenience, the accessibility, and the ability to go through. And lastly, 240% impact on how much you're going to come back and the time you're going to spend there. You take any e-commerce and you can turn it into that for under $3,500. And this is where stores are going. This is the impact, the global reach that these type of items are going. This is why it's being said already that this is going to be the 3rd biggest industry in the world over the next 5 years by brands like McKinsey. The smallest impact that this is going to have in every business around the world, 43.3%, according to PwC. And why? So over the last 30 months, some very big things have happened in the space. I'm just going to fly through these to give you just a high level. Number one is the hype. What you can build in 3D is now indistinguishable from real life. The second part about it is you can drag and drop anything that exists on the internet into a 3D space. So training, induction, health and safety, e-commerce sites. You literally can go into any website, no coding required. You can drag and drop and put it in a 3D environment and build these type of solutions. I'm not going to take you through them now, but we've built training solutions now for Johnson & Johnson's, Vodafone. And yet these environments are built by people who are ex-photographers, ex-sculptors, 4 or 5 days of effort. That is the world that is being delivered because of AI, that you can build these type of solutions effortlessly in no time at all. The next big breakthrough was that there's no need anymore to download this to get it on your phone or have any type of software required to make this operate and work. That accessibility has made this applicable to every company anywhere in the world, because with a 2 megabyte line, you can be training up $400,000 or $500,000 people workforces. You can be relevant to industries in a simple click within seconds. And this has given size, scope, and magnitude and amplification to small, medium, and large-scale businesses, with them requiring these type of solutions 5 or 6 times throughout their business. And that accessibility, which I'll show an example, will come to make sense in a moment or two. The fourth big breakthrough is the fact that you no longer need coding to do this. there's now something called visual coding. It is like building the game, The Sims, for those of you, rewind 10, 20 years, you drag and drop, you can put walls in place, drag and drop, put windows, you can build these solutions in days with absolutely no coding. And because you can drag and drop anything that exists on the internet and it effortlessly can come in, you can plug in AI, you can plug in scan, you can build meta-humans. And this is the world of where Web 3.0 is going. So to make this make sense, it's opened up doors for us across the globe where we've got to work with some of the biggest names in the industries and some of the big and well-known tech giants. But I want to show you it applied to an industry so this makes sense. And we've all been there in needing to buy property, rent property, and get involved in some facet of a property experience. And we set out, having learned all that we have, having worked with global clients and tier 1 level companies, and we said there's an industry, absolutely, like, this is going to disrupt every industry, but we saw an opportunity to set it and disrupt the property space. And that is where our company Methodology plays. We said it makes no sense that developers, architects, construction firms, and ultimately us as buyers are expected to make some of the biggest financial decisions of our lives, armed with nothing more than a brochure, a site map, an architect's plan, and a mood board. And they give us a little paint swatch like this at the hardware store and say, imagine how that paint swatch will look on the wall, and it never looks the same. And we set out to change that and said that makes no sense. So you can be on Facebook, you can WhatsApp it to someone, you can come across a property and go, geez, that stands out. I want to see that place. I want to look at that Airbnb. I want to look at that hotel. And instead of in a single click later being on a traditional website, instead, you are in something that looks like this. So you suddenly arrive outside the property, you can see the blades of grass, you can see it's a light breezy day that is settling in. I walk into the venue again from my mobile phone or laptop, and I can immediately see this is a unit is yet to be built. I can instantly see the rail that this aluminium frame is going to be working on. I can walk inside, and this is where we talk about the realism that this is achieving. That leather looks like leather. I can see the grain inside the wood. But what makes this stand out is I can interact with this and I can change and adapt the environment. So I'm going to walk over and show me the 3 finishes. Show me how the oak floor could look or the grey tiles. Show me if I put in an LED or a 60-watt light bulb, how the mood lighting will change. If I change the granite and the finishes, because the sun is mapped to the location, I can instantly see how the physics in the environment will change, customizing my kitchen, the finishes I want, and yet I can walk outside and Google satellites have scanned every tree, not from 5 years ago, not 10 years ago like Google Maps. That is the exact view right now, if this property was finished, what it would look like and where it is going to go to. And yet, unlike traditional websites or 3D models where I'm jumping from point to point, I'm exploring this inch by inch, playing around with paint finishes, seeing how the blinds could work or operate, seeing the views that come along with this exact venue and space, getting total clarity on the decisions that I'm yet to make. And it doesn't stop on the unit. We step back and we do that for the entire development, allowing you to walk every drop of that golf course, see the 23rd story view from that exact window of the building yet to be built. And we don't stop there, because with Google satellites and AI, we can scan the entire city. And we can have you explore every neighborhood, everywhere the schools are, and everything that you're seeing there done in under 3 weeks. Everything from a small unit to the biggest development anywhere on the planet, this is where this is going. So the world of AI has changed us completely. And we can step in on development in the very beginning phases to end phases and change their world overnight. So in the first 72 hours of winning a project, we will scan that entire city. We will drag and drop. Why? Because anything on the internet can be dragged and drop in. We drag and drop the architect's plans immediately into the environment. And here's the net result. Before coming here, I scanned our beautiful city of Cape Town, scanned the entire city. This is 8 hours of work that you are seeing in a 3D model that traditionally would take months and months to build. We dragged and dropped new development that they're looking to put there. Those are the architect's plans, instantly available. And I can see the view across every part of that. The sun is mapped to location. We showed them exactly where the sun was going to set that exact day, which meant that I could go into every room and see the lighting of those rooms. And yet I could fly around every inch of the surrounding area, seeing the schools, the points of interest, And this is the start of where this journey is going. For those in the building phase, around the boardroom table, before they would, the developer would say, I want to move the wall or put in a skylight. And professionals, architects, engineers would all go away and have to use professional pieces of software and come back and show them a week or two what it looks like. That falls away now. Instantly being able to make the visual of what that decision would look like, instantly available. And for everyone to then make decisions based on that. The architect says, I want to add an interior wall. Not a problem. Let's quickly put it in the next 30 seconds. More importantly, let's go down to ground level and see how that is going to look inside that space. Just put the roof back on and let's see how the lighting is going to look at being able to apply instant clarity to the decision-making process, even down to the technical layers, overlaying all the utilities, the grid information, weather patterns, to see how big the gutters need to be, where the water's going to run off. And we involved in projects like this in Copenhagen. We're now involved in building all the government subways. And before, where there were huge overruns in the space, not only can we immediately show the environment, I'll speed this through to see just the technical model, we can show every piece of piping, electrical conduit, air vents. So someone can walk around with their mobile phone and see exactly that there's a pipe over here. They can peel away the plaster, the brick, every inch by inch on this. See, we got enough time, 2 more minutes to go here to let you see the little lowdown of where this is and go from that space over here. So you get a sense of where the world is going, combining all of this information in total ability. And as you can imagine, as buyers, rentees, Airbnbers, hotel individuals saying, where's that room? How does that place look out? The fact that I can instantly go and explore that is where the world of AI and 3D is going. So thank you. It's been an absolute privilege to be able to come show you where this is all moving and give you a little teaser to what that is about.